Hello, welcome back. Since I was born, I have never sinned or not do the right thing. No, 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 we no go gree for South this time. Now, the Miyetti Allah have done one thing. They came out feigning good guys and good boys that they will stop parading themselves with gun. But at least the open grazing should be allowed to continue. They said they will do the open grazing during the day, but the ninth one, they will stop it. That the Nigerian people, the Yoruba people, the Igbo people, please consider us. This is our own means of livelihood. That they do not have shops wherein they do trading, and most especially, they do not have children that are ready to learn, craftsmanship. That what they have always known historically and culturally is for them to graze cattle, that they are ready to comply with the outcry of the southern people. You know that song I said? Since I was born, I have never seen the not do the right thing. No, 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 no. We south no go. Gree for una. This one a deception. Oh. No, you guys cannot deceive us. Pardon my voice. I'm sorry. You see, they cannot deceive us. When Buhari was there, this element, this Fulani elders, oh, they thought everything stands and hand with them. Just in case you have not seen the video where the Miyetti Allah said they will stop the open grazing, let's watch it together. They will continue our analysis.
Where the council will also work with the Ministry of Justice if anybody is apprehended, make sure the law take its cost on him.
Okay, welcome back. Now, that is it. You see, because we are now in a serious conversation that state police has come to stay, this one is not Jonathan era that will say one or two words and before the day breaks, is ready to swallow back his words. No. In this time, we have successfully or mistakenly voted in, which they not aided, a man who believes in self-preservation. A man whom even the Southeasterners are calling bigot. But by extension, some of his moves is welcomed by the Middle Belters and the Southeasterners. This is a man, Tinubu, who has said, I will not watch the North continue to be the only behemoth in the Nigerian political strata. Mbano. Most of the things which are structures of security, of administration that these guys have usurped over the years since 1960s. The Nigerian Military Aviation School has always been in Kaduna. Tinubu don't do it. Don't scatter them, boom, 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 into 6 regions. Take your own Middle Belt. Take your own Southeast. Take your own Southwest. If you don't want to go to the North, be a member, stay in your region and do what you have to do. Secondly, Tinubu, look at it. He has now moved some important sectors of the CBN and NNPC back to Lagos. I agree, and I think that Tinubu might be the first president that would ensure Nigeria has 2 capitals. The way he's moving, I'm telling you. Because all his moves, all his body language is only instructing us to look into one way. Restructuring. Yes, that's it. For over 24 to 25 years, we have never had conversations like this. We have never seen the North start, reverting to be gentle boys and girls. We have never seen them trying to be this humble. Haba. So, Oga Day, sure, I can't believe it. I cannot just believe what I have been reading in the social media, what I've been seeing, the outcry of the northern youth, the northern political oligarchs. I want to sing this song. As we dey pain them, He dey sweet us, as we dey sweet us, he dey pain them. You know why? I am not an anti-North person, but I am anti-North hegemony. I am anti-North hegemony. I mean, when everybody wants to do the right thing, you see these elements, these retrogressive people, they will come out and do everything to pull you back. Let me show you another sector that today we are still battling the North. Please adjust. Okay, now in the education sector, the federal government said they want all WAEC examinations to be computer-based tests, CBT. The North are telling us, our students they're not conversant with systems. No, we are not ready. Let us continue using our paper. And they can use the CBT in the South, but no, in the North, they cannot use it. Just imagine. Like, you are being introduced to development, but your first reaction is resistance and reluctance that no, our children cannot know it. But let me tell you, if they tell them that there will be a competition as regard religious memorizations of the Quran and all that, and then they have to bring it down in a system, you will find people that will instantly learn it and know how to do it. So tell me where the ideology colludes. There's no coalition, there's no coercion of ideology. Hence the reason why we in the South, even beyond Tinubu, peradventure he is being putted out by Peter Obi in 2027, Obi must ensure he protects the interest of the middle belt down to the South, which is very core to our existence. Because all these things that we are seeing, all this reversal of policies that favor the North, if the North do have just have that chance of grabbing the power, either in 2027 or either in 2031, my people, first and foremost, Yoruba people will never taste the presidency for the next 16 years. That's one. Secondly, the South, will see, you know what they call Shege Pro Max, especially the Southwest. They will see what we call Shege Pro Max, because the level of animosity, the level of anger, betrayal, and jealousy that they not have against the North and the Southwest today, because Tinubu has refused to be a stooge. He has refused to be a puppet that he can just control like a steering wheel. And don't get me wrong, I have never said Tinubu is doing anything that is favoring the whole of the South. But even in challenges, there are critical challenges and there are challenges. A critical challenge is dismantling the northern hegemony above the general South, even to the middle belt. When that is done, then we can begin to settle our internal issues. It's a fact. Because we know that the internal issues, we can solve that in a matter of days. That is what we know. But in a situation whereby, oh God, I love what is going on. I am so, satisfied. Because the North should not continue to think that they are irreplaceable, they are indispensable, they are untouchable. They have to get a man who will come in and steer the waters, like steer it up. You cannot continue to parrot one Nigeria in deception, in hypocrisy. So many of my viewers believe, this guy is a bygone. Listen, I am a bygone. I am a Southern interest first person. I am a Southern interest first person. Yes, because the Nigerian Constitution does not guarantee the Southern sovereignty. It doesn't. In education, the Southerners are cheated out. If you take a look at the Federal Civil Service Commission, the Southerners largely are what? Are cheated out. If you take a look at the Constitution today, the Southerners, in terms of their religion, in terms of the academics, in terms of meritocracy, virtually, even in fact of leadership. Why do you think they had to set the minimum standard to become a president as first school living certificate? Not even SSC. First school living certificate, which is what? Your certificate, the common entrance. Why do you think? Please, why, as a reasonable person that you are, why do you think that standard is there? It's so poor. Why? You think they will come to the South today and ask that should we increase the minimum requirement of education to what? That you must have attained to before you can contest for presidency. Can we increase it to what? OND or WASC? Do you think the North will support it or the South will support it? No. You just ask yourself. Ask yourself. A situation whereby people have said that even Buhari had presented a NEPA bill, they would have what? Voted for him. I beg you. What you call remain? So what that means is, as long as the North even provides for us a blind man, in the midst, a man with one eye in the midst of blind people, and nevertheless, we have a man in the South that has two eyes. And at that time, provided it's the turn of the North, he is qualified. That's what they tell us. Was that not what happened in 2014? When Nigeria was being led by a man that had his visions intact. I mean, he had clarity of purpose. A man who knew where he was taking Nigeria to. They did not move aggressively. They were ready to crush his government. Okay? In 2014. Then they brought a man who was blind. In fact, this was the man that had color blindness and partial blindness. Buhari, they brought him on. And what did we do? Everything reversed. You know what they call automation? Automatic reversal. In agriculture, you know what Nigeria was attaining as at 2013, 2014, under the likes of the Minister of Agriculture, Akim Adesina, when they were already digitalizing all the farmers. The farmers, when they had issues, there was a code, immediately they send it, an extension worker will be there. Within 24 hours, an extension worker will get to their farm, attend to their issues, profile for them, government assistance, and what? Handout. I remember that I bought a bag of rice when Jonathan was there. Bag of rice, 50 kg, not 5 kg. I bought it for 5,500 naira. What did I say? 5,500 naira. Today, that bag of rice, only God knows. The North have oh God. It's so unfortunate. It is so unfortunate. Who can play the game? Tinubu sends a very earth-shaking signal to the North. As you can see, Tinubu is finally cementing the Southern coalition against the North. Since 1960, that Nigeria had our independence, there's one thing the North have always had. A coalesced, or should I say a joint Northern bloc that has been able to define and decide those or whoever becomes the president of the country. Never have we seen a situation whereby the Southern Nigeria are coalescing, putting aside their differences to work together, even if they are criminals, right? But in this century, in this era of 2025, we can see that Tinubu has been able to aggregate his gangs of Southern governors who are all criminals, but they are now joining APC to work against the northern hegemony. And we can see that the northerners are shivering, they are shaking. I mean, look at how El-Rufai is running helter-skelter. And just yesterday, one of the major financiers of the northern politician, Delta State, right? The Delta State governor, I can't recall his name, the Okowa appointee or anointed candidate with his master have now decamped into APC. Don't forget that the PDP, who has been captured by the North, the PDP is captured by Atiku and his co-northern governors, came out to say that the South will only spend 4 years. They came out that Tinubu will only spend 4 years and they will reclaim the power. We saw how a man called El-Rufai left APC for SDP. And they are trying to have a coalition to extract the CPC faction from the APC into SDP, and by that do everything possible to prove that statement that in Nigeria of today, the power brokers, those that will always and infinitely decide whoever becomes the president will be the North, right? And when Tinubu saw this, he said, do not worry, two can play the game. I am not here to maybe market Tinubu or tell you Tinubu is performing well, but as a political scientist that I am and a political critical strategist, for Nigeria to move forward, Nigeria needs to dismantle the northern hegemony. Let me repeat that. For Nigeria to move forward, the South must grow. They must outgrow the fear that they have for the North. Now, how they do this, and those who do this, does not really matter at this stage. We can begin to enlist those southern governors. They are all basically criminals. You know, so many of them have criminal charges against their names. We know how Okowa has been alleged to have stolen a lot of money. We know so many of these people. Look at Godswill Akpabio. So many of them and their stooges who are the current governors of their states today. Those things at this stage do not matter. What matters right now is let us break. Okay? Let us break into pieces that very strong fist grip that the North has over us and the South. Because most times our southern governors, they are like cowards. Okay? They are too feeble-minded. If any threat comes from the south, from the northern extraction of the country, the South begins to we are afraid. We don't want problem. Look at what happened at Iromi. Look at how the Ekpobolo guy was shaking. Look at the way he had to run to Kano State and start begging. More than overs, because he started begging them. But look at what happened in Gombe when a suspected truck that the brake never failed went and rammed into a crowd of Southerners. About 10 to 15 of them were instantly killed. Did you hear the Jiga or the Gombe State come out to apologize? After that, we saw what is going on in Benue State. We have seen how the Benue State governor came out to cry